Gearbox, in their time of owning Risk of Rain, they've been pretty good at keeping the game alive and like really like interesting and stuff. Like I love the DLCs and stuff. Overall, they're just as good as Hopu, I'd say. Um, but they just don't really touch the stuff that like Hopu already made, and I think that's holding back a lot of the game's potential right now. But like generally, I know they're like pretty good. Um, my main point though is that they just take like quite a while to fix a lot of the bugs that they make in the game and that like Hopu made, and just some of the unfair stuff that I think like is really bad to have in the game. Like this one thing where like, you'll like use Chef's utility, you'll like be on Eclipse, right? So then you go and you try to like trim off this thing, and then you like die immediately because of the fall damage that you took trying to shrimp. It happens to mercenary players a lot. I think they shouldn't have fall damage while they're doing those abilities, but I mean that's just me. Um, but besides that, um, I want to like criticize a little bit on like just like general things about like the 3 DLCs that are out right now, and then like a little bit on Eclipse. Um, because I've been playing for like what, I don't know, I have like 1.5k hours, maybe more. Like PlayStation and Steam combined, but as for like the bugs and stuff, on console, as a console player, um, I've done like the entirety of my E8 climb on console, and for like a lot of my co-op experiences, there's just like a lot of bugs, right? And in my last video, actually, I didn't get the bandit skin for accepting the Souls Hearts offer, and this has been happening since like Alloy Collective released, right? And ever since it released too, I've never had my logbook in my console save. I just don't have my logbook. It just doesn't work. I tried to pull it up and it's just blank. It's like really, really frustrating. Um, yeah, I just haven't been able to have that. And then in the DLC, I'd say just like in the DLCs, as in all of them, I'd say the bosses are like they usually pose an issue in some way or another, right? Because like, okay, I think Voidling is kind of disappointing. Like, I don't want to diss Hopu. Survives the Void is a really good DLC. I love everything about it except for like Voidling kind of. Even then, I think he's fun. I just think he's just like he's kind of a slog, right? Like, kind of repetitive. There was so much potential in him, and I don't think he met it. Um, as for False Sun, he's really, really bad on like Eclipse 7 to 8. Um, he dashes around, and he goes invincible for the entire time he's dashing. I don't know whose idea that was. That's a terrible, terrible idea. I don't know why they did that. It's scary. He's frightening. He's running across the stage, and like, I can barely do damage to him, right? It's just frustrating. I don't think this is a skill issue. This is just like a really poorly designed fight. Like, I mean, call it a skill issue if you want, because I mean, yes, it's terrible, but I don't think a lot of Eclipse 8 players fight him in the first place. Um, as for like Soulless Hunter, she keeps spamming her stupid laser on like Eclipse 7 through 8. It's not like unbeatable or anything. Like I've done it before. It's kind of fun, but it's really unethical to do it. I'd rather just like get Conduit Canyon and just go directly to Soulless Wing because of like Soulless Hunter. She's really really cool though. I love fighting her. Um, just not Eclipse. Now for Soulless Wing, I think he's like the second best boss for Eclipse, honestly. Like, I'm kind of biased because, like, my first impression on him was like really cool. I love Soulless Wing, but he's just I just think he's the second best, like, big significant boss for Eclipse because next to Mithrix, like, he's pretty well telegraphed and stuff, but he's still kind of, I don't know. Soul's Heart is also just as fun, but it's really scary if you're new and you don't know what's happening. Like the blue orbs he shoots at you, and then like you're supposed to shoot at those, right? But like if you're like not paying attention to those, then like those can get you really easily, right? And that even happens to me sometimes, honestly. Like I'll slip up, I'll not look at the blue orbs and I'll die, and you know, that's fine to me, but it's just like I can only imagine what's going through like someone who just got the DLC's head, right? Now, I'd say like most of these bosses all have like one thing in common. None of them are easily explained to a newcomer, except for like Voidling. Voidling's like, I don't know, I think you could explain Voidling to a newcomer pretty easily. He's just really, really tedious, and like they just wouldn't want to do that. Now, for like someone who just got the DLC, let's like think about that. If you just got the DLC, right? You just run into Alloy Collective and you just died to a microwave. You don't know that you died to a microwave. That Soul Swing just burned you alive and you have no idea what's going on. Like, I think the boss fights are really overwhelming. There's a lot of things happening that like aren't really well explained to people who are just like fighting them for the first time. And I think False Sun also has a couple mechanics that are like not well explained. The rest of the bosses are pretty like Soul's Heart, you could see, but Solus Alloy Hunter, she's her laser doesn't have like any special effects on it or anything, so you don't know that disables your items. So it's just really, really scary when it does happen and it's not explained or like hinted towards in any way. Um Now, if you spent like 30 to 45 minutes getting to this boss, you just go there to die, right? Like, and then you gotta go all the way through that and then die again, and there's like no like real practice mode, right? Like, um, so I've been thinking like, why don't we have like a shooting range or like a practice thing? Like, maybe they could give players like a set items, like give them like 2 energy drinks, 5 watches, and like a certain thing, and then put like False Sun at level 30 or something, and then just like let them like do it with any character, like from the lobby after encountering False Sun for the first time. Something like that, like the Dead Cells system is really, really good. I think Dead Cells is really great about bosses in a roguelike game, especially. And other games, yeah, sure, you can just learn the boss and like, you know, you can keep on going at it. But this is a roguelike. This should have like more dedication into it, into killing the boss genuinely, which is why I think there should be like a training ground or something, because like we don't have any real way to like practice False Sun on like a non-modded way. Like you could just teleport there with like mods and stuff, but like for my consoles friends and like everyone who doesn't play with mods, they just like I don't know, it's just suffering for them. Um, but I mean, then again, I don't know, that's kind of nerd shit. Um, Now, but like for Eclipse though, Eclipse is like really, I feel it's not as important as it could be for some things. Like Eclipse 1 specifically. Um, it feels really inconsequential. It feels more like a minor burden that you get at the beginning of a stage, and then it just doesn't really do anything afterwards. Um, Eclipse 7. Okay, Eclipse 7 is only problematic because of enemies. Like, it's the reason I don't do False Sun. It's the reason I'm scared of Alloy Hunter. Alloy Worship Unit is terrible on this. Like, I think they just need to rework, like, the very specific enemies for Eclipse 7, and Eclipse 7 could be, like, just fine, because it's a really fun modifier. I love it. I love Eclipse 7. Um, Eclipse 8, it's absolute fuckery against Rex. My glorious main, my lovely plant god Rex. I love him. I love them. Um, Eclipse 8 is a really cool modifier. Like, I enjoy playing it with like most characters, right? But then I get to like Rex. He has a massive hitbox. He gets hit by all the wisps and stuff. It just makes me terrified of wisps, right? Like, now I love playing him. Don't get me wrong. It's just it feels really hard when like his whole playstyle is just kind of like suppressed, because I can't use his self-damaging kit without being like outright punished for it like permanently throughout the stage. Um, and just like in general, wisps are like really, really scary on Eclipse 8. That's more of just like a personal gripe than like an actual complaint. I just think that they should do something about Rex, right? Like, one of my favorite things that I heard like online somewhere, I think it was like Reddit or like some YouTube comment or something like that, but um, like Rex would like do permanent damage to himself, but he can only heal that permanent damage off of his own healing from like those abilities that he has. Like it'd be a different type of permanent damage, right? Um, no, it's just I don't think Rex is like bad or anything though. Like I just think Eclipse 8 is just kind of like cruel to Rex players and like the whole like playstyle and mentality of like giving up your own health for your damage. And I've loved that playstyle for Rex. It's just I don't know, it's just kind of sad. Um, so yeah, that was a Yap Fest. It's my first time doing one of these, so if you'd like to see more of this, I guess let me know.